This is the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour,
supported by Albertsons
and
Omni Hotels and Resorts.
Brought to you by
Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Now, your hosts, Danny Sarek and Brad Sham.
Very pleasant good evening, everyone. Danny and I are going to reach across and up against the plastic plexiglass here. That's as close to a high five as we. And there's Joe, and our special guest, Joe Thomas, is reaching up. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Hey, we appreciate everyone being with us in north central Texas on a rainy and chilly Monday evening. And wherever you're joining us around the Dallas Cowboys radio network, thank you very much. Wherever and whenever you are watching and listening on DallasCowboys.com streaming, thank you very much. And to our very special guest, one of the really classy, smart veteran players on this team, Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas. I said this to him just off the air, and I will say to him again on the air, thank you for spending some time with us, with Cowboy fans, because I think we all understand that just about the last thing you want to do after a game like that and almost a half season like that is to sit out more or less in public and dissect and resurrect. And so thank you. We very much appreciate your time.
No problem.
All right. Are you feeling all right?
Yes, I'm feeling okay.
Okay, feeling okay. Good. Okay, good. So, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on the game because why? Things are going kind of how they are, but you are, and I didn't. Those weren't just words, and I've said this to you before, Joe. I mean, I really have such great respect for the way you conduct yourself, for your intelligence about the game, and I am so very interested in your thoughts about how this first almost half season has unfolded. I can't imagine that you guys can be anything but totally dumbfounded. I don't think anybody saw any of this coming, did you?
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it's a unique season to begin with, you know. New coaching staff, new players, just a whole revamp of the Dallas Cowboys. And not having the OTAs, the mini camps in the off season, it made it very tough for guys to really build chemistry, to really get those extra reps you need before you go into a season to effectively, run the scheme or, communicate effectively the way you want to as a team.
So winning and losing can hinge on a lot of little things. If you were watching it from afar, not being deep in the middle of it and playing and all that stuff, what would be your reasonable expectation for how long it would take to get to be a little more competitive than the last couple of weeks have been?
I mean, from afar, I would look at it, maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks, you probably chalk up as a preseason, you know what I'm saying? And after that, it's time to get to who you're going to be throughout the whole season. And I don't think we've even come close to that yet. So
what do you say to each other? Like, what was the meeting like today?
The meeting today was just watching the film, trying to be accountable, for everyone that's on the field. A guy made a mistake, be accountable for that mistake and try to correct that mistake and, move forward.
This team is comprised of very talented defensive players. So how do you guys stay confident when you're having to watch the film after a tough game that you guys are still capable of turning this around?
I mean, just knowing that we have the players to get it done. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, just when you watch the tape, it's the small things that, that turn into big plays and eventually turn into the scoreboard being lopsided. So, I mean, I think just the more we dive into and trust each other, trust the coaches, and everybody comes together, like, it all come together.
When I watch tape of your defense, I always see 48, whether you're playing half a dozen plays on defense and mostly on teams like you did yesterday, or whether you play in the whole game. You're flying around, you're sticking your nose in there. You don't care if it's goal line, nickel, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. You're playing at one speed. I see that on tape. How difficult is it for you and for other guys to continue to play at that rate, at that level, when things are not going well? Sometimes is it hard just to come to work?
No, I can't. I would never say it's hard to come to work, because at the end of the day, we're playing a kid's game, and we're blessed for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to get up and know. I'm not trying to downgrade anyone else's job, but I play professional football, so I love the game, and I'm gonna go out every snap. Every morning I'm going to come to work, with the mindset of I'm going to be my best to help a team win.
When you talk about how tough it was at the start of the season, at least, to build chemistry without OTAs, how much of that is still difficult when you guys have had so many changes just to work cohesively as a defense with all of the injuries you guys have had?
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, communication plays a big part in that, playing experience, because a lot of young guys have come in there as well. And a lot of times when young guys come in there, they're not really, their eyes sometimes are not in the right place, and things may get outside of them, They may try to do too much, and, those things happen. So, it's difficult for sure.
This is new to you in professional football. I've tried to find the South Carolina State records in your years in college. I do know you were on the cover of the media guide your senior year. I was paying attention. I'm doing a little research. But I do know that you were 3 years in Green Bay. Now you're in your third year here.
Yes, sir.
7-9 in your first year in Green Bay. That's the worst record team that you've ever been on, right?
Yes, sir.
And so how do you deal with this? This is just different, and you're a veteran. You just gotta push through it, man, and try to whatever isn't working, or whatever you see that is contributing to you losing, you try to fix it. I don't think you change your mindset at all. You just try to come out and iron out the wrinkles that are affecting the game in a negative fashion, and you can just continue to keep your eye on the goal. Because at the end of the day, we're in a division that's not, it's pretty right there. So our goal is a Lombardi Trophy, and it's still in our vision. So we still have to come out and try to compete. You are taking a deep breath before you even say that, and there's a little smile on your face. I'm reading into your expression that do I even really want to say that? Because the facts are the facts. Yeah. You can still win the division, be in the playoffs.
Yes.
Nobody wants to hear anybody say that right now because of the way you're playing. And
exactly.
Are you kind of feeling like, can I even say this out loud?
Yeah, because when you look around, teams that are heads of their division are pretty dominant teams, and no one in this division has been dominant. And it's sad to say, but we still got the opportunity.
But is that what's keeping you guys in this season? Is if we get on a roll, we can take the division by storm at this point?
Yeah, no doubt. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you just got to continue to keep the foot on the gas, continue to improve, and try to get better each week, each day, so you can, eventually, hopefully, run a table. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the other thing that you know way more about than anybody else, and that is the personality and the psyche of your head coach. Because you were with him 3 years in Green Bay.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know if he's ever been through anything like this, let alone you guys. And he's supposed to be in charge of it. How is he compared to what you saw when you played for him in Green Bay?
I think he's the same guy. He knows how to win football games, obviously, being in Green Bay. But I think we had something similar happen to us in Green Bay, where we just were losing a lot of games, and we just turned it around, and we ran the table, and we ended up in like the NFC Championship or something like that. So, like I said, he's a great coach, man. He's not going to throw negativity, because that's not going to help anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to figure out what's the issue, and we're going to try to solve it, and that's it.
Was that the year that Rodgers told everybody just relax and have a glass of milk or something like that? And
that was that year.
And then you ran the table from that point.
Yes, sir. That was that year. Yes, sir.
Well, that's the advice.
And relax.
How much was that? How helpful was that for your transition with the new coaching staff, since you already had experience playing for McCarthy?
It was a pretty easy transition because, also my linebacker coach from Green Bay came here as well. So just having that relationship made it a lot easier for me to communicate and understand the coaching staff and how things go, and it made it a lot smoother.
And did that help you? Because when you went in, when Leighton Vander Esch got hurt, you played really well.
Yeah.
Was that part of the reason, just because you already felt so comfortable?
As far as the coach staff?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think I played well because I feel like I'm a pretty good player. I'm a veteran guy. I can step in and do the job at a high level.
And you have always been caught in some kind of a numbers game. Is that part of why you were playing so well? You finally got an opportunity to get a lot of snaps?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you mean numbers game? What you
well, okay, you got Vander Esch and Smith, and you're playing two linebackers, or it's a system, or there's other people, and it's not because of anything you're doing. It's because of somebody else's system or preconceived notion. And so this was an opportunity for you to get on the field and really get a lot of snaps. That's what I meant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure. And I just try to take advantage of that opportunity and I back up both positions. So if any of those guys go down, I'm there to replace either one of those guys. So I just try to take advantage of those snaps.
Last thing, Joe, before we take a break, and we will get way off of this subject. But I'm always amazed that coaches can have any difficulty at all, because there is so much help and advice from everybody out in the fandom. Everybody's got a Twitter account, and they've all got the answer. Yeah. All the coaches and players have to do is listen to everybody out there. Everything will be fine. I don't know why you guys have problems. At this point, what if they tried to do something different schematically? Would that cause more problems than it would solve because of where we are in the season?
I don't think so. But I also don't think we need it defensively. I just think guys need to, be accountable to their job and just do their job and not try to do too much.
Wisdom from Joe Thomas, Cowboys veteran linebacker. Now we're going to come back and find out about the guy who was on the cover of the South Carolina State Media Guide.
It's a big deal, man.
It is a big deal. Darn right it's a big deal. Everybody doesn't get on the cover of the Media Guide now. We're delighted to have all of you with us on the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, brought to you in part by Albertsons. When it comes time to shop for tailgate favorites, go to Albertsons and Tom Thumb. Get 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboys game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Lou Casey, the official bootmaker of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. We'll be right back with Joe Thomas on the Cowboys Hour right after this.
Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and Omni Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome back to the Cowboys Hour. Brad Sham and Danny Surek, and our very special guest, Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas, who we again publicly thank for taking some time after a busy day of meetings and trying to get over yesterday to join us and talk about himself and about the football team with Cowboys fans. How was the flight for you guys? Was it, are they... Do you just sleep and forget about it, or do you replay the game in your head, or what are you doing?
For me, I'm asleep. I'm going to sleep. I'm out of there.
Good for you.
I'm out of there.
You fall asleep pretty easily on a plane?
That was my question.
Yes.
You do wear like a neck pillow and the cover on your eyes, or you can just wake up and fall
recently
asleep?
I just been using my mask.
That was the word I was looking for. Mask. Eye cover thing was what I was thinking.
Danny,
I know. How many times have we said mask?
Mask? You can't think. You can't remember a mask.
I know.
So, Joe, you've been doing this now for 7 years, 6 in service time because you were on the practice squad in Green Bay for the first year.
Yes, sir.
But you've been around this for a little while, and I want people to know a little bit more about the Joe Thomas story and journey. Now, you were an outstanding player at South Carolina State. You
Yes,
had a
sir.
terrific, and you had winning teams those years for the Bulldogs, did you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you weren't drafted.
No, sir.
How'd that feel? What, chip on your shoulder, still carrying it around? How did that hit you?
Definitely a chip on my shoulder, but I've always had a chip on my shoulder. Even going to South Carolina State, I walked on at South Carolina State, so that was a chip on my shoulder to start with, and I ended up earning my scholarship my sophomore year, and I took off from there.
Who recruited you? Anybody? South Carolina? Did you want to go to South Carolina?
I wanted to go to Clemson. Clemson recruited me for a while, and then they fired the whole coaching staff. They went out to Tulsa, and I got an offer from Tulsa, and that was pretty much it. And a couple small D3 schools, D2 schools, and just following God's plan, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So that was that when they hired Dabo Swinney? They fired their staff and hired Dabo?
Yeah. Yes,
so we
sir.
can't blame Dabo for not recruiting.
Nah.
So what does a young man out of high school who walks on at South Carolina State tell himself about the reasons that he knows he belongs in the sport?
My family. Well, I was a top high school running back coming out of high school.
I was getting to that. Don't worry.
So I knew I had the skills to do whatever. And I have an athletic family, athletic background, so I just knew I could do it.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't play defense until you got to college?
Yes, I went to South Carolina State as an athlete.
As an athlete?
Yes, sir.
And how did they decide that athlete needed to be on defense?
They asked me really. Since I was a walk-on, he said, "You want to play offense or defense?" I chose to do something new and play defense, because I always heard running backs make the best linebackers. So.
And why do you think that is?
Just feel. You understand the running backs feel for the whole, and you understand blocking schemes, and you can match their footwork a little better. It's just a mirror image of each other, basically.
Did you play both ways in high school?
Yeah, a little bit, but I played mostly running back. When I did play defense, it was defensive end, and I was just running.
Okay,
off the
and you were
edge.
just running
Yeah,
up the field.
just running off the edge.
Yeah, because if you're really a standout running back, especially in that part of the country, or here, anywhere in the South where they really understand football, they know you're not moving off a running back if you're an outstanding running back, right?
Exactly.
So what gave you, other than the fact that you could sense that the instincts were going to lead you in the right place, you're going from being hit to hitting? Was that part of it?
That was a big reason for it. I was tired of getting hit because I guess you could say I was a big back. I was probably like 200 pounds. As a running back, had good size on me, so guys would always try to chop me down with my legs. I had these big thigh pads that look like cinder blocks because I always got thigh bruises. So, once I got to college, I was like, man, I always heard that running backs' careers are shorter, are probably the shortest on the field. So that was just a decision made to prolong my career.
So playing in a new position at linebacker, at what point in college did you start to realize, I can make a career out of this?
Probably my sophomore year. All the seniors had graduated, except for one, and I started on defense, and I ended up winning defensive MVP my sophomore year, and it was based off of just hustle.
By the way, that's for the league, not just for the South Carolina State Bulldogs.
No, it was just for South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Oh, okay.
That's my senior year. That was my senior year for the league.
All right. Okay.
It's getting there.
I like that subtle flex.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's absolutely good.
Yeah.
So now you finish this highly successful collegiate career that apparently most people didn't think you were going to have because they didn't offer you. I mean, they let you walk on.
Yes, sir.
And now, okay, I've proved it. Now I've done it. I've been an outstanding high school running back. I have now made myself into a top linebacker. Mm-hmm. I've been on the cover of the damn media guide now. Come on. And the draft happens, and they say, that was a great college career you had. Thank you very much for the entertainment.
Yeah.
So what happened? How's the journey go from there?
I mean, yeah. So my senior year in college, I ended up winning. I won all those defensive awards, the Mel Blount Defensive Player of the Year award, all those awards.
Did you know who Mel Blount was then?
I did not, which is sad. But
you do now.
I do now for sure.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir. My senior year, the last game of my college career, I ruptured my biceps tendon and my left arm. So all those, all-star games that you have to really boost your stock, I wasn't able to compete in those games. So I think that was a big reason why, I wasn't drafted. And as far as, I only had one visit during the whole pre-draft thing, and that was to Green Bay. So, I guess it all just worked out, you know what I'm saying? Teams were calling me on draft day saying, if you're available, we'll take you here, like, you know what I'm saying? But that never fell through.
But they all lied.
Yeah, they all just lied.
Yeah, they all lied.
It broke my heart.
And how many? But was Green Bay the only pro offer that you had then?
After the draft?
Yeah, after the draft.
I think it was a couple other teams, but me and my agent just went straight with Green Bay since I went up there. I had a visit up there and everything. So
that's and that's an interesting part to me because, especially for a young man who's not drafted, the agents have a lot to do with guiding you, don't they? Yeah,
for sure. They're that communication piece between you and the team. So, if he told me to go somewhere else, and it didn't work out, I could have blamed him for that. So.
But you made sure it did work out. You still got the same agent 7 years later?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, that sounds like personal business.
Yeah, it's personal business.
We don't really need to get into that right now. Now, you mentioned being from an athletic family, and I know Danny's got a couple of questions about that, but we're going to take our next break first, and then we'll be back with Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas on the Cowboys Hour.
The Miller Lite Cowboys Hour brought to you in part by Papa John's. Order Papa John's Cowboys Family Special, a large specialty pizza and a large 2-topping pizza for just $24 at papajohns.com. Official pizza of your Dallas Cowboys. Limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
We'll be right back with Joe Thomas on the Cowboys Hour.
The Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and Omni Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome back. Brad Sham and Danny Surek on the Cowboys Hour, and we welcome our special guest, Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas, back with us. And we were talking about, we were about to talk a little bit about Joe's very athletic family, which Joe mentioned just a couple of minutes ago. He said he's from an athletic family, so that opens the door.
Yes, I found out something very interesting about your family when I was preparing for today. Mm-hmm. So your dad...
We actually do prepare for this stuff,
believe
Joe.
It or not.
We're not just winging it.
So your dad, Joe Thomas Sr., has made some pretty impressive history. Mm-hmm. He's the oldest player to play in an NCAA Division I game at the age of 55 when he ran for 3 yards for your alma mater, South Carolina State, back in 2016. How cool was that to see?
It was dope. It was dope. He actually talked about it for at least 5 years before that. He always wanted to go to college because he'd never been to college. Well, if you read up on the story, he was a good high school back, but he had hearing problems when he was younger. So, I mean, he didn't feel confident in his ability to, further his education because he had hearing problems and all that. So he just became an entrepreneur. And later in life, he just said, it was after maybe 2008 once the economy kind of
bottomed out
yep. A little bit. He was able to go to school and, well, it wasn't then he went to school, but that kind of like wiped out his businesses he had. So he wanted to go back to school and, he just went to school, so I guess he got bored in school just doing work. So he decided,
Don't we all?
I might as well just walk on to the football team like my son did.
Now, how old was he when he made that decision?
When he made that decision, I think he was 53, 2 years before that.
So tell me about that conversation. How did you find out? Did he come in and say, "Hey, just so you know, I'm going to go out for the football team"? Or?
No, he actually asked for my permission.
For your permission?
Yeah.
Talk to us, please.
Yeah, he asked for my permission because at the time, when he was 53, I was still in school at South Carolina State. So he just asked for my permission, man. Would you be okay with me coming out, playing on the team, and I wasn't going to turn him down. That's your dream. So I was like, man, go for it. Like, I never turn you down for something you want to do.
What great respect he showed you. Now I'm speaking as the father of a son. Uh-huh. What tremendous respect he showed you to ask you if that would be okay since you're playing there right now.
Yeah.
So he was even still then putting you first before him.
Yeah, I mean that's why I am who I am today, honestly. So I'm like, man, go for it. And I mean, some things didn't work out those 2 years. They wouldn't allow him to play. He had to go through like the clearinghouse and all that. And the year after I graduated, he was out there. I got a lot. They were sending me video. I got a lot of videos of him out there just going through Oklahoma drills and all
No
that.
way.
Yeah.
At 53.
At 53, yes, sir.
Did you help him prepare to get ready physically, like to train?
No, I didn't. Nah, he did that himself. He was a professional bodybuilder back in the day, so he never took a drink or anything like that. So his body was always pretty much in top tier shape. So it was nothing really too hard for him.
Well, and I'm just going to now tell you something that you don't know yet because you're nowhere near 53 and I can barely remember it. But I don't care what kind of shape your body was in when you were. If you're going to go out and play football against young men in their late teens and early 20s, and you're in your 50s, that's a whole different kettle of fish right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tremendous respect, man, for even going out there and having your mindset to go out and do that.
Kind of a bummer you had already graduated. That would have been pretty cool.
It would have been dope, and I would have hit him in practice for sure.
You would have?
Yes, for sure.
Did the two of you talk about that?
But
yeah, hey, old man, you lucky I'm not there anymore.
Exactly. Yes. I let him know because my nickname in college was Hitman. So like if you come through, I'm gonna knock you out. Like, I don't care if you're my pops or not, because it's been years of you, you know what I'm saying, kicking my behind.
And then did
so this
he
is my time
say
to get
back, hey, I don't care who you think you're going to take out. We're going to see who's taking out who.
Oh yeah, that's who he is. That's who he is. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think that's pretty cool.
Now, speaking of the family tree, I don't know if it's quite that impressive, but Troy Brown's your cousin.
Yes, sir.
How much help in understanding what the life of professional football was about was he to you?
I didn't really see a lot of Troy. And I didn't find out we was cousins until probably 7 years ago.
Oh, so none.
No.
Absolutely none.
None.
Okay,
but I did watch him a lot, and true professional, and I did pick up a lot of things from him. So, I mean, now we stay in communication a lot, and he's coaching in New England now, so we still communicate a lot.
When you talk about an athletic family, I mean, you really mean athletic from top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom, yes.
So, Joe, you said that your dad was the reason that you are who you are.
Yes, sir.
Clearly, we're talking about it. We're talking about a tough man, your father.
Yes, sir.
But would you mind sharing a little bit more about in what other ways that maybe don't have anything to do with football, how he helped develop you into the person that you are, have the values that you do?
Yes. I mean, starting with discipline. He was a very disciplined father. So, like, I mean, anything I did wrong, I was, the belt was coming out, and, and all that. Education, he made sure, I did my work, put that first. As far as, I think the most important thing was just hard work. Just seeing him get up every morning, go to work, and just provide for his family. Just the work ethic. I think that's probably the main thing as well. The work ethic. I mean, you're not gonna be successful until you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main values I picked up from him.
Siblings, Joe?
Yes. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Interesting story about my brother. I always like to tell the story because it's just crazy to me. He was born 5 months early, so when they tell the story, he can fit in the palm of your hand like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so he wasn't supposed to live. So when he was in the hospital, my great grandfather was in the hospital, and like my great grandfather was sick. He was dying, passing away. So they was in the same hospital. So when my great grandfather was passing away, like my brother was like gaining strength, and he ended up overcoming all the ailments he had, and he survived. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that was like some spiritual,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I always like telling that story.
Yeah, that's a great story. And is are either of your siblings athletes?
No, my brother's he's into construction and all that, man. But he's bigger than me now, so it's crazy. he's in construction. My sister, she's an accountant. So.
And speaking of accounting, you got your business degree at South Carolina State, right?
Yes, sir.
And have you done anything with it, or are you planning on doing anything with it? Because, it's amazing. We watch you guys play. I feel like I've been watching you play 10 years. You're 7 years in the league, but you're just 30.
I'm 29. Don't rush it.
Excuse me. I did the math poorly. That's why I have a statistician who takes care of all of that for me. You're not even 30.
No, don't rush it.
No. I apologize. My bad. That's totally my bad. And believe me, I understand how you feel.
Yeah.
I
probably. When I was young, I always wanted to have my own like sports apparel company. Something like that. That was something weird I always wanted to do. That's why I went to school for business. But now I probably just get into real estate and stay in that lane.
Is that something you think about yet, or you just wait until that time comes done playing?
I think about it a little bit, especially this off season because you had so much time, with the COVID thing. So I kind of started the blueprint for it. So once I'm done playing, it's already pretty much where I need it to be, and I can just move forward with it.
But your body's not telling you that it's anywhere near time to be thinking about that full time, is it?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Not at all.
Because, watching you, especially when Leighton was out, and watching you fly around, that's as well as I think you have played. And maybe it's because you've just had, like we were saying before, you just had the chance to be on the field more.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Was that validation? Is that when you look at the tape and you see you can't fool players. Yeah. Players know what they're looking at. Do you look at that and say, yeah, okay, I've been right about myself all the time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Even back in Green Bay, I was pretty much the same role. I would come in third down sometimes, or even when Blake Martinez or Jake Ryan got hurt, I would come in and start, and I would come in and perform at a high level. I feel like so. I always felt like I was a good player, a good enough player to start in the NFL. I just never had enough tape for teams to really say, this guy can start, a full season. So, when I get the opportunity, I just try to go out and show teams that, hey, I can do this. And so I guess, a little validation is
now, that running back background.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, this staff is not afraid to be versatile with the way they use players, and I understand why they would be attracted to Antoine Woods as a fullback in short yardage and goal line. But do they know that you played running back? I'm going to guess you had pretty good hands.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir, for sure. Mike McCarthy, he always teases. I don't think he's never serious about it. I remember in Green Bay, he came into the meet one time and was like, oh, I dropped a pick or something like that. And that Monday, he came in and was like, I thought you had hands. I was just about to move you to offense. You know what I'm saying? And then this year, he was like, I was doing the scout team running back, and he was just saying I look good back there, just teasing me like, hey, man, I can do it now. Just give me the opportunity.
Well, good. I was going to say, do you say, don't tease me now, put me in that goal line package, you'll see what you got. Then did you say that ever?
Nah, I should, though.
Yes, you should. And I don't like the word should because I find it very judgmental, but I'm going to, my therapist would say, I will support you in going and telling Kellen and Mike that, don't forget to put number 48 in on the goal line because
I will lower my pads.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And then, a little play action. I'm out in the flat. You can throw me the ball. That's 6 points. Just food for thought, Joe.
I appreciate it.
Okay. We're going to take one more break and be back with more with Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas in just a moment.
The Miller Lite Cowboys Hour brought to you in part by Omni Hotels and Resorts. This fall, do more than just stay a part of the game, and stay a part of the Cowboys. Experience football season at Omni Frisco Hotel, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys, and enjoy all the dining and entertainment options the Star has to offer.
And we'll be right back.
The Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and Omni Hotels and Resorts.
And welcome back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour. Brad Sham and Danny Sarek and our very special guest, Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas. Now, you guys have had your meetings. Tomorrow's your day off. What will you do tonight? I don't want to get too personal, but what do you do with idle time tonight and tomorrow?
Tonight and tomorrow? Well, tonight, I'll probably spend my time in a hot tub, trying to get my body back right for Wednesday when things pop back off. Tomorrow, I just recently moved into another place, so I'm still searching for furniture, trying to, still got a little life outside of here.
Yeah, thank goodness, right?
Yeah, so, and
Danny's very big with IKEA, by the way. She can help you out with that.
Yeah, I just got a new mattress. Do you have an eye for decorating your house, or is someone helping you?
No, somebody's definitely helping
I find
me.
that so hard. No, it's hard to look at an empty room and envision what it's going to look like.
If it was up to me, I have a recliner and an 80-inch television sitting on a cardboard box, and I'd be cool.
That's all it takes.
That's all it is.
So you're saying it's not up to you?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of us understand that, Joe. And so the thing that you said about being in the hot tub and getting your body right. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me talking to guys at various stages in their career. Like when your first couple of years, were you ready to pop back up by Wednesday?
I was. Yeah, it was effortless. But now you got to roll out of bed, and your ankles hurt, your toes, your fingers hurt, all the small things hurt, and it's tough.
And will there be a day in the week before Saturday that your body will feel like normal?
Probably Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Yes, that's probably when it's going to feel normal. Saturday or Friday after my massage. Every Friday I get a massage. So,
how long you been doing that?
Probably 5 years.
Deep tissue?
Deep tissue, yes, sir.
How long did it take you, maybe that was the answer with the massage, but into your career to kind of start taking more steps to take care of your body? And even if I feel better today, I need to continue doing these things so that I can recover quickly.
It actually didn't take long because with Mike McCarthy in the schedule, he has a day designated for recovery. So in Green Bay, we implemented that every Friday. So we would have massages. You have to do cold contrast. You have to do these different things to get your body back to where you need it to be. So when I was up there, I learned about that, and I just carried that over when I came to Dallas.
Were guys surprised when he brought that schedule in where Friday's a regeneration day and Saturday is on the field instead of – that's a little different.
Yeah.
Were guys here surprised? Did anybody say to you, what the hell, man? What's he doing? Does this work?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling them about the stay days when I first came here because that was amazing. You get a massage. They had the seafood waiting for you. It was amazing. But it took a while for guys to get used to it here, especially practicing on Saturdays at a full speed tempo.
Do you prefer that? Kind of have that extra day on Friday to recover?
Yes, for sure.
So, this is so interesting to me. When I first heard that he did that, I thought, wait, the game's on Sunday. How is practicing at a full tempo? Now, that's not in pads on Saturday.
Yeah.
But it's full tempo. Mm-hmm. And then we also, those of us who saw Coach Garrett's practices for a long time came to understand you can get in a pretty good workout going at a high pace in practice.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of folks, maybe you can help understand this. How does that help you feel fresher on Sunday when you've gone at that pace on Saturday?
I believe it's called the launch. So you're launching into the Sunday. So it's not full speed, but it's high tempo. So you want to get. So they have levels to it. So like DBs, you have to at least get 3 snaps of you going 17 miles per hour. And linebackers, you are big skill guys 16. The big guys, O-line, D-line 14. So you want to at least get three 3 snaps of that in on Saturday, and it's to launch or prime your body into Sunday. So like your nervous system, I guess, will be primed for Sunday. So, I mean, I think it works. You know, I mean, I don't know all the science, but that's pretty much what I got from it.
It makes sense when you describe it like that. So someone out there with like a speedometer and they're...
Oh, they wear GPSs?
Yeah, we wear GPSs.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
In the jerseys. So they track all that.
Now, who's the fastest linebacker?
Joe Thomas.
Outstanding.
Is that what every other linebacker would say?
I don't really care what they would say. I'm speaking facts right now. Joe Thomas.
Are you a fan of other sports? Well, first of all, are you a football fan?
Yeah, I'm a football fan.
I mean,
yes.
not every player is a football. I am constantly amazed at the number of players that I talk to over the years who love to play the game, do not want to watch a game.
I mean, I kind of fall into that a little bit because I would prefer to watch basketball.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm a football fan.
Who's your basketball team?
I never really had a team. I was always the star guy, like
Michael Jordan.
Then it went to AI, and then it went to LeBron.
Now, you must have played some basketball at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
And what were you bigger than everybody else, so you couldn't be a point guard, huh?
I mean, I could have been a point guard, but I was a 5. I was a center.
Yes. No, I know what the 5 is. I'm trying to imagine that.
So I wasn't the tallest 5, but I was explosive, so I could get off the ground quick and get the rebounds, put them back, dunk. So.
Did you have a nickname in basketball?
I did not. I wasn't that good enough to have a nickname.
and so tonight, when you're out of the hot tub, will you watch the Monday night game at all? You watch the Bears and the Rams, or could you just not care less?
No, I'm gonna watch the game. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the game, but it's not. I won't have the same intensity as I would watching maybe the Lakers play.
Okay,
something like that.
All right. And were you glued to the NBA Finals?
I wasn't really glued this year. It was just awkward because it's during the football season,
right.
It just wasn't.
When you watch a football game like you will tonight,
Mm-hmm.
do you watch it still with the football player mind of kind of analyzing the defenses or what the offense is doing, or are you able to just kind of sit back and watch?
No, I'm analyzing. I'm looking at the linebackers, how they playing. I'm basically watching film. I'm not watching. I can't watch it from that point of view anymore. I gotta see, what a 3 technique doing. What what I'm saying? How why did this play happen? Like, I gotta understand.
And baseball, you into that at all? Will you watch the World Series tomorrow night?
Nah, I was never really into baseball. I wish I played baseball though.
Because
they make a lot of money,
and they play a lot longer.
And they play a lot longer.
Longer, exactly. So, when do you start watching the Eagles?
Today.
You started watching as a group or individually?
No, I'm watching them individually. Well, special teams, we watched a little bit of the Eagles. We got a jump start, but defensively, we were just going through the game and making corrections. So today.
And special teams, John Fossil's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
And you played against his teams for your entire career. How different is he to play for? What's that like?
I mean, he brings a lot of excitement. Him and Coach Hatt, they bring a lot of excitement into the room. I mean, every day is something new. They always got a different handshake or something they do. Like they got different days, dojo Fridays, Saturdays, you got to wear Jordans and it's just
Saturdays you got to wear Jordans.
Yeah, Saturdays.
Saturdays. I'm so sorry. Saturdays.
Yeah, so it's always something different, and it keeps you interested in. I mean, coaches like that, you just want to run through the wall for, you know what I'm saying?
Because they're trying to do things to keep you interested and change it up for you.
Yeah, and they listen to the players. I can go out there right now and give him my idea, and he'll try to work with it. And you love that. It's a lot of trust.
And did everybody in the room have Jordans to wear on Saturdays?
I mean, not everybody, but if you have, then,
you better go out and get a pair.
Wear them.
Yes.
And Fossil wears them too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Who
Every
has
week
the
a
best,
different pair.
Who's got the best pair that you've seen?
Probably DA.
Good for him.
Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong. Yeah. All right. Good for him. Hey, Joe, thank you. I really appreciate it. I know that this is a wearing season. We appreciate your optimism and looking forward to unbelievable. We're at the halfway point of the season, but there's a whole half season to go. Admire the way you approach the game and go about your business. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Mask up.
Yeah, absolutely. Mask up. We're right here now. And we thank you all for being with us on the Cowboys Hour.
All right.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?